So I'm pretty sure all of us at some point had this guy that we knew that had basically effortless aura. Like he always attracted attention, he always attracted women, money, he was popular, he was very extroverted. And we always, tend to ask ourselves, what makes this guy so special? It seems like he just has this natural aura, this natural way that he carries himself. And most of these guys end up very successful in life. Not always, but a lot of them I tend to see that they find success in some area of their life, whether it is dating, whether it's finances, or any of that. And it took me a long time to really answer that question that I always ask myself of how did they achieve this? And something that I've learned from being an introvert, something that I picked up on is in order to gain aura, in order to gain confidence, and in order to gain success, you have to spend time in solitude. You have to spend time alone. This was a concept that it took me so long to understand because none of us like to feel lonely, at least for me. Like, I always, want to be in good company. I like to be around people, even though I am introverted to an extent, especially when I'm meeting somebody new, I stay to myself. I always like to be around my friends or the people that I really care about. Or, when you start dating, you always want to be around girls or your girlfriend, or, you like to be around baddies or whatever it is that you want to be around. But I started to understand in my life when I started attracting different things that I wanted. Like I started attracting more girls because I struggled dating when I was younger. I started to gain more friends because growing up, I was super shy. I didn't know what to say to people. I was very socially awkward. And I started building up a little bit of popularity. And what I noticed is being around people, especially the wrong people, can definitely distract you and drain you as a man. If you notice, a lot of the men who achieve great things in life, they spent a lot of time in solitude. They spent a lot of time alone. And what separates them from the guys who aren't achieving the things they want to achieve, other than work ethic and just having the initiative, is understanding themselves. If you're always around people, you're always distracted with playing the game with your friends or going out to parties and clubbing with your friends or going on dates with girls, you never really take the time to sit alone with your thoughts and reflect. And this is something I ran from for years. I spent so many years of my life running from the things that actually would make me successful. And it's funny how we do this, and a lot of time we don't even notice that we're doing it because obviously it's good to socialize. As people, we're social creatures. We have social media, which helps us socialize. And that's just a natural thing to do for us to want to spend time with people we care about or people we're interested in. But when you fail to sit down and really try to understand what's going on in your mind, you will take so much longer to get to where you're trying to get, especially if you're a man with big goals, you're trying to achieve big things. Being in solitude really helps you to understand yourself. It really helps you to love yourself and focus on yourself. See, I've recently went through a breakup some months back, and I tried to distract myself. I spent a lot of time trying to date other girls. I spent a lot of time trying to go out with my friends, go out clubbing, and just, trying to distract myself from the healing process. And now that I've spent so much time alone, like I cut off every girl I was talking to, I only have a couple of friends and I see them every now and then. And I spend the bulk of my time alone. And I know it's hard to be lonely because we crave that interaction, those social interactions. But I've never been more focused and I've never been more happy because even when I was surrounded by women or surrounded by my friends all the time, I still felt this loneliness. I still felt this sadness, and I didn't understand why. And my life definitely wasn't going the way that I wanted it to go. I wasn't attracting the opportunities that I wanted. I felt like I was just missing something. Like no matter what I did, there was always a void there. And I try to distract myself with drinking. I try to distract myself with, getting high, different things that, us as people, we just kind of fall into, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't start to feel that void until I started to spend time by myself, meditating, spending time thinking about all the things I have in my life that I'm grateful for. Because you and me, we have so much in our lives that we overlook. It's so easy for us as people to overlook things. Like, let's say you're driving a 1996 Honda Civic, but your dream car is a C8 or a Lamborghini Urus or SVJ or something. You would think to yourself, oh, I will be happy once I have this SVJ. But you should be just as happy and grateful for that Honda Civic as you would be for SVJ. And that's why I say building aura and building success comes from you really taking the time to reflect on your thoughts, reflect on your life alone. You can't do these things with other people because it's a distraction. But when you take that time alone to think about your life, think about your goals, and think about everything that you have, and you can be grateful for those things, you will naturally elevate. You will naturally become more successful because most people don't take the time to sit with their thoughts. When you sit with your thoughts, you basically have almost all the answers inside of you already. A lot of people always seek other people's opinion, but the difficult part about doing that is because I used to do that really badly. I would ask people, what do you think I should do? Or what do you think about this? God only gives you the vision. And if you don't believe in God, you can say the universe, whatever you want to believe. But you have a vision in your head for your life. And that vision was put in your head custom to you. It's not for somebody else. Other people aren't going to be able to tell you what's best for you. Only you and God or the higher power knows what's best for you. And I'm not trying to preach, but what I'm saying is when you're in solitude, you get to understand those things. A lot of people wonder what is their purpose, or a lot of people live without knowing their purpose, which makes life very miserable because you don't really have anything you're working towards. That's why you see so many people depressed and sad and hating their lives and constantly being negative and complaining. It's because they haven't taken the time to discover themselves and find out what are they passionate about, what is their purpose. But since I've done that, I've noticed my whole life has changed. My confidence is through the roof. My aura is through the roof. And I'm not just saying it as, oh, I'm aura farming. Like, no, like people start conversations with me more now than they ever have. People go out of their way and do things. I'm getting presented with so many opportunities now because I'm moving with purpose. I'm happy. I have more positive thoughts because I've sat with the negative thoughts and I realize those are just things that I'm telling myself because I'm afraid to do the work. I've been afraid to take control of my life. And whenever you're too afraid to do these things, you basically become a slave to chance. And as men, that's one of the worst things you can do because you want to be the captain of the ship. You want to have a sense of direction for your life that makes you excited to wake up every day, that makes you excited to go after the things that you want, which makes you naturally more attractive to success and to women also. Because most guys don't know what they want to do with their life. 99% of guys aren't doing anything productive. They're watching sports, they're just playing video games, they're going to the club, they're not doing anything productive towards their dream life. So just you being able to sit with your thoughts, spend time alone, even though it's hard being lonely, and figuring out your goals and the answers to the questions that you have, that will make you stand out from most guys. Because when a woman can come into what you already have going on, it's going to make you stand out that much more because most guys, the only thing they have going on is attracting the woman. So you knowing what you want to do and you working towards that, that is giving you aura on a different level because people can sense your energy. When you are focused on your goals and you're focused on your life and you are in control, people can feel that because you're going to walk with your head up. You're going to have your chest out. You are going to be more confident in yourself versus you're just aimlessly wandering through life, not knowing what's going on. So if you are going through that lonely stage right now where you feel alone and there isn't anybody around you, you're just in solitude, this is a good thing. You're about to elevate, you're about to grow, you're about to build your aura, you're about to build your confidence and come into the life that you dreamed of. You just have to continue to think positive because what you tell yourself is what the outer reality is going to reflect. So if you are alone right now, if you are feeling lonely, this is one of the best times in your life for you to prepare for that life you want, to prepare for that relationship you want, to prepare for that business that you want. I really hope this video helps you guys and really make sense of this because I wondered for so long, why do I feel so lonely? Why do I feel so lonely? But you have to be alone to elevate. Other people can't elevate for you. I hope this video helps you guys. I'll see you on the next one.